Good afternoon and welcome to Muskegon Rotary. My name is Tim Arter. I have the pleasure of being your president for this year. Wanted to let you know that today's program will be a farewell presentation from our outbound youth exchange students. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a reflection from Madam Bell, and we will recite the four-way test at the end of the meeting. So at this time, let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I was handed a note a short while ago. I know that many of you are aware that Bob Irwin's wife, Pam, passed away last Thursday. I was asked to give some information as to the visitation and other arrangements. Visitation is tomorrow, Friday, from 6 to 8, and Saturday, 10 to 11, before a service at Lee Chapel, 6291 Harvey in Norton Shores. The funeral will take place at the site at that site. It's Saturday at 11. There will be a luncheon after the funeral. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to have us do a moment of silence in memory of Pam. Thank you. Adam?
Good afternoon. I've been reflecting the last couple of weeks on any number of things. It is an unusual time that we find ourselves living into. I think all of us feel it. We're all aware of it. And in my household, it has disrupted routines a little bit. Our television watching habits are one of them. I get up every morning now, and there's my wife, who's not typically an early riser, glued to the television, and more so these last couple of weeks, following the up and down daily drama of what's unfolding in front of us. Now, I, for one, have never understood the Tour de France. I don't know why she gets up at ungodly hours of the morning and finds solace in these people cycling through the mountains of France and Spain and Italy. But she does, and I take comfort in that, so I sit with her. I don't know anything about this event. I don't know what a peloton is. I think I understand vaguely a breakaway, but I don't understand why there are more than one, or how they close them, or any of these things. So I watch them go round and round, and I do notice things. I do notice that no matter how tightly packed they are together, no matter the voice in their ear from the radio pack on their back, the astounding scenery they're pedaling through, the sharp turns, the elevations, and the descents, they're able to stay singularly focused despite all the chaos around them. They stay in their lane. I've been reflecting on that. What does that look like for us in a much bigger sense, in a world that does seem to have gone off the rails? How do we stay in our lane and be effective? Make a contribution. What does that even mean, stay in your lane? Isn't that just an excuse for not getting involved? But I looked at my own life, and I looked at my lane, and I thought, you know, one of the parts of my lane is theater, and we're bringing a children's story of reconciliation to Grand Haven, to Ottawa County. I think that's a pretty good example of bringing people together in my own lane without having to say or post on Facebook any political opinion one way or the other. I belong to a church, and I work at a church that opens its doors to a large number of community groups. My lane is leaning into that, bringing different people from different walks of life, from different economic status and different places of need together so that they can do what it is they need to do. It seems that's a pretty effective lane too. And even in the hospitality lane, where I bring food to people to celebrate graduations, weddings, or to weep together and remember at funerals, to put all that noise aside and lean into our common humanity. My lane allows for that. I have a very small and insignificant lane here in Muskegon County, but I'm in a room full of people who also have their own lane. And I challenge all of you to look at your lane not broadly, but minutely. Look at the depth and reach that your lane provides you to be an example that we need for all of us in Muskegon County in the months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. You may return to your lunch and we'll resume the meeting later. Rotarians and their guests at this time, if you would please come forward. Dane, Marianne, and Claire Root Benson have guests. Oh.
Right. Hi, everybody. I'm Marianne Gorman, Chair of Membership Council, and today I have the honor and the pleasure of introducing Deb Yonkers, and she is the Executive Director of Love and Grace here in Muskegon, and she presented to the club a couple of years ago. So some of you may remember her presentation. She's interested in finding out more about membership in our organization. Deb Yonkers.
Just give it back to me. Okay, Christy Pollack, Youth Exchange Officer. I have today Tomas Urueña, and he'll be leaving Thursday to head back to Colombia. So.
Hello, I have the honor to introduce a young man that I met not too long ago and a young lady. It's such an honor for me that if you all notice, I'm actually wearing pants. Normally it's shorts, but a very humble young man, Brian Benton from Benton Chevrolet, and Maria, help me with your last name, Secord, and she is the Director of Community Relations and Social Media. Brian and Maria.
Go ahead, you can go behind. Thank you. Welcome. At this time, I'm going to ask Christy Pollack to come forward with our presenters.
I just wanted to introduce your guests today, our outbounds. The three of them are heading out within the next 5 weeks to go abroad for an entire year. And they're here to let you know about where they're going, a little bit about the country, the city, and their host families and schools of where they will be. So it's quite exciting. I also want you to know that this is good practice for them, and I hope you have questions for them at the end, because the next time they do this, it will be in another language very soon. So first I have Shar. Shar is, I will wait to say where she's going. I have Brenda. So Shar is from North Muskegon High School, Brenda is from Muskegon High School, and Kwan is from North Muskegon High School. So I will hand it over to them. Shar.
Okay, hi, my name is Charlotte, as you already know. I'm going to Brazil. Some fun facts about Brazil is that they have the most plant and animal species in the entire world. They're the largest producer of coffee the last 150 years. And then they're the 5th most significant and populated country. And the name Brazil comes from a tree called Brazil wood. And I have a little picture of that for you guys. My city, Gravataí, is located in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. It's the most southern one. I have that on a little map for you guys. And its population is about 280,000 people, making it the 6th most populated city in that state. This is my host family. The person on the left is my host sister, Clara, and then the person on the right is my host mom, Eveline. The top right picture is just my host mom's sister and then her children, so they'd be like my host nephews and nieces. And then a little about my family is my host mom, Eveline. She's helping with the floods right now in Rio Grande do Sul. So she's volunteering, helping like hand out food and stuff to all those affected by it. And then she's been in acting for about 11 years. And then she's a speaker and mentor in leadership. And then my host sister, Clara, she's also going to be an exchange student going to New York City. And she'll be heading a couple weeks after I get there, so yeah. And then my school, Colegio Estadual Antonio Gomez Correa. Sorry, the pronunciation's a little bit. Yep, there's some pictures of the school. It's just a public school, nothing too special about it, but yeah, that's where I'll be going. That's pretty much it. Obrigado. There'll be questions at the end if you guys want to ask any, but yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brenda Rodriguez. I'm from Muskegon, and
I should have said that Landon also was supposed to be here. Landon's heading to Italy, as you saw, and Landon is sick. He this morning said that he wasn't feeling well, so he would have given that presentation. So now, Brenda.
I'm from Muskegon. I don't know if I said that already, but and this is about Brazil. So some interesting facts about Brazil is that bossa nova, which is like one of my favorite music genres, originated in Brazil. Also, it has the world's largest river system and largest biodiversity in the world. It's the only country on the planet where the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn run through it, and that just shows like how big it is. Some traditional foods are churrasco, which is like a Brazilian barbecue, and they like marinating it in like chimichurri, and feijão, which is a black bean stew. It has like various meats in it, and it's normally served with rice, greens, and oranges. And then there's coxinha. It's a popular street food in Brazil, and it has like shredded chicken, and it's covered in dough and then molded into a teardrop and then battered and fried. The system of government in Brazil is a federal representative democratic republic. It operates under a presidential system, and the president, that's a picture of the president right there. His name is Luiz Ignacio Lula da Silva. And some major historical events is that in the 1500s, Portugal colonized Brazil, and then in 1888, slavery was abolished with 4 million slaves being freed, and in 1889, the monarchy was overthrown, and that's when the Federal Republic was established. And then from 1964 to 1985, the military dictatorship was ruled over Brazil, and that was not good times for them. And during 1985, Brazil returned back into a civilian government. So those are some major holidays. Mardi Gras, which is like the carnival. I feel like most people know about that one. And then there's Ano Novo, that's New Year's, and then Dia de Tiradentes. Then there's Labor Day, Independence Day, Christmas, Good Friday. So some current events that have been going on in Brazil are that there has been an increase in wildfires, and those wildfires have been estimated to have burnt 1,181,160 acres of land. And those wildfires pose a threat to Brazil's biodiversity and ecosystem. And in addition to that, Brazil has experienced devastating flooding due to heavy rainfall caused by climate change. So this is my host school, Colegio Católico de Curitiba. It's, I don't really know much about it, but that's how it looks. And that's my host family right there. The girl in the front, her name is Giovanna, and she's also going to be an exchange student in Germany. And the two in the middle are my host parents, and on the right, her name is Laura, and yeah, that's my family. Yeah, that's it.
All right, hi everyone, my name is Zaquan Bates. I'm going to Spain. I'm from North Muskegon High School. So a little bit about my city. I'm going to Palma de Mallorca, which is located next to Ibiza. It's on an island. It's the largest city of the autonomous community of the Balearic Islands in Spain. It has a population of about 461,000. That's from 2018. And June and September are the most busiest months due to like foreign travelers and people going on vacation. And the islands predominantly speak Spanish and Catalan, which I'm struggling to learn. Some fun facts about Spain. It's the second largest country in Europe after France, and it's really diverse. That has like beaches, mountains, and a lot of just diversity of landscapes and all that. Spain was the first global empire, and for a time, it was the most powerful country in the world. It left a significant cultural legacy, especially in the Americas and the Philippines. And Spanish is the second most native spoken language in the world, with over 570 million speakers. Its official language is in 21 countries. It's a lot. So my host family, my host mom's name is Maria Jose. I don't know if that's her first name. It's really confusing. Like they spell it in the email Maria Jose, and then there's another name, and then the last name, so I don't know. But that's her on the end in the pink. And my host dad, Tony Guerrera, that's a pretty easy name. And then my host brother, Jonah. And at the time when I made this slide, I didn't know my host sister's name. They just said that she was in college. But now I know that her name is also Maria, but it's not Jose. So I don't know if that was like an error or something. A little bit about them. Tony is the CEO of a 150-year-old construction company. They didn't tell me that, but I Googled them up, so that's how I know that. My host brother, Jonah, he's the same age as me. He plays rugby. I don't know how to play that, and I feel like I'm gonna get trapped in playing it. And mystery sister, which you guys know now, on my exchange, I'll be staying in her room, and she'll be studying outside of America. And my school, Colegio I'm not gonna try that. But this is what it looks like. I thought that I'd put a picture of some kids there just to see what it looked like. And thank you, Muskegon Rotary Club. Do you have any questions?
Anyway, Joni, I'm also short. So we're in the same boat. Okay, for the three of you, how would you get by in Brazil and Spain? Do you speak their languages? Now, in Brazil, there are three major languages: Portuguese, Italian, and also German, because during World War II, there were a lot of Germans and Italians who immigrated to Brazil. So My question is, how would you get by during the first few weeks of your stay in the country? Do you know how to speak Spanish? Do you know how to speak Italian or German or Brazilian? Thank you.
Okay, so my area is mostly Portuguese, but my host mom speaks no English. But my host sister is fluent in English, but she's leaving a couple weeks after I get there. So I don't know. I'm doing my best to learn the language right now. I've had a tutor, but she recently quit because I don't know. So yeah, I guess we'll just see how it works. Lots of Google Translate will be in use.
I already speak Spanish, and I know it's not the same, but a lot of words are very similar. So I think that will definitely help me, get by. But I probably will still have to use Google Translate too for some stuff. And yeah, I think that will be helpful for me.
I speak a little Spanish. I had a Spanish class at school, but the teacher wasn't the greatest. Our assignments were to do like 30 minutes of Duolingo every day, and I'm like, okay. But I still understand it a little bit. I also have to learn Catalan. Next year when I get back, I'll speak some Spanish for you guys.
Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm going to be a host mom in a month. My exchange student is coming from Nigeria, but as a person that's leaving, what would you recommend and how are you going to communicate? Will you have cell phones? Will you be expected to shut them off at a certain time? Give me some ideas that can help me be a host mom.
I think it all depends on like the family that you're going to. I heard that some people like their families will make them, get off their phone or something like that. But I think like your phone will be like the main communication between like the families and your kids.
Yeah, adding on to what she said, a lot of rebounds I've talked to who just got back from exchange, they said when they first arrived in their countries, they mainly communicated with their host families, like with Google Translate, so they use language. And then, I don't know, you really just use whatever your normal family rules are. Like, if you have kids, just make them follow the same rules as your kids.
So I'm curious for each of you, what are you most looking forward to through this experience with each host family? That's one question, then I have a comment. I also studied abroad when I was younger and had the most magnificent time. So my advice to you is just roll with it, and you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to be okay. So.
I'm mostly looking forward to like the scenery, and I'm gonna live kind of close to the beach. And I've heard like the water's really clear there, and yeah, I'm kind of like looking forward to going there, pretty much.
I'm pretty excited. Like I'm gonna be like, my school's right next to the water, but on top of that, I'm excited to just like get into another routine in another country. Like it'll be really different and like really challenging to adjust, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to just learn a new language and just make new friends, really, because North Muskegon, really small town, and I'm living in a huge city, basically. So, just lots of new people, which I'm excited for.
Remind us again what your badges are and how you collect them.
Okay, yeah, so these blazers, all exchange students get them. The color can depend. I know Canadians have red ones, which is cool. But when you meet exchange students, they can give you a pin. Like, I have a whole bunch in my pocket right now. And it's kind of like an exchange, and it kind of just shows all the people you've met. Like, I don't know, I think it's really cool.
As many in the room know, we've done dozens of exchange students as a host family, meeting the parents of most all of them. And I am amazed that parents would put their children into the world without any real control sitting back here in Muskegon. So I ask each of you, what are your parents' greatest concerns as they put you on the plane?
Is it on? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. My mom isn't too much concerned. It's more so my grandma like feeding her information, and she's like, if he gets on that plane, he's not coming back. And I'm like, I'm gonna come back. And she's like trying to get a passport. I'm like, you're gonna stay here. Like, you're 80. Like, I don't think you can keep up with me. But yeah, they're all supportive in their own way.
I don't think my family really has much concerns either. I think they're just mostly worried about whether I'm not going to be safe, but I think they, put trust into Rotary with that, so yeah.
Yeah, my family, I don't think my dad really cares that much, but my mom is like super worried about it. I don't know what she thinks is going to happen, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I have a twin sister too, and so my brother's moving out for college a couple weeks after I leave, so I don't know. I think she's the most concerned about it. She's gonna go from having like me, like I'm always with her, to having like no siblings. So I think out of all my family, she's the most like crazy about it. I don't know.
This is a brave thing you guys are doing. You guys are all in high school, and you're getting out in the world and doing this. So I commend you for that. What inspired each of you to do this? Was it somebody else who did it? Was it a family member, or you just wanted to get out and see the world?
For me, I actually had like these like Japanese exchange students go to my elementary school. That's when like I first got opened up to it. Also, my sister wanted to be an exchange student in Japan too. But the main thing that I think made me kind of reach out to it was I saw an assembly for this a girl from my school going to Brazil as well. And she was just talking about it, and I thought it sounded really cool. And I actually didn't even know we had it until I saw that assembly. So yeah, I like reached out, and yeah, I signed up.
So last year we had an exchange student at my school, Emma Kirschbaum. She's from Austria. Basically, so I did cheer with her. So like, we were just talking because, our spots were right next to each other. So, and she was just telling me about like this whole exchange program, like Rotary and everything. And she's like, yeah, Christy was telling me to like go tell people about it. And I was like, okay, so I'll go. And then that's basically what convinced me.
Yeah, me and Charlotte have similar stories. While Charlotte met her at cheer, I met her during track season, and Emma Krishpan, and she just basically told me the same thing as Charlotte. And she was just telling me about all the places she's been, and that just really interested me.
So one comment is, just try it, right? You don't know what the fruit is called or what that food is, just try it. It'll probably be really good. And then my next question is, just out of curiosity, how do you select what country you get to go to?
So we got a list of countries. Certain countries have certain requirements in terms of sometimes you can't be a certain age, so I couldn't have went to a certain country if my birthday was like, say, after February 5th of 2007 or something like that. But we got a list of countries and we like labeled them like our top ones. Spain was my fourth one, so I got pretty lucky with that one. And they sort of do a lottery pick, I guess. They try and get you your closest one, but sometimes it's not always like that.
So I don't know, 9 years ago, I think, I hosted a Rotary exchange student I was the second family after the Crandalls. We kept this young man in our neighborhood. He never left within 1 block. And it was the best, and I'm looking over because Nancy was there and Dima knew him from soccer. It was the best experience that we had. We went to Chile to visit them. His younger brother was a Rotary Exchange student, Marquette. We brought him down for the conference that was at the end of the year, and Calvin and brought him to this place. Do you have any hopes of having that was the only way we would have met his family. So we have family in Chile, and we couldn't be happier with all of that. Do you have hopes that your family will stay in connection with them?
I don't think my parents really plan on really getting involved with my other host family. I think they would want to like talk to them and get to know. Actually, no, I did FaceTime them, and they got to know them through there. But I'm not sure if they're gonna like after the exchange, gonna keep in contact with them.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, not think. My mom isn't really like too interested, but like my grandma, she wants her social security number, but, but yeah, I don't think they'll be interested in that.
So, real quick, guys, I just have Christy, this would be a good shameless plug, and I'm really good for those. But so we keep hearing about how wonderful the experience was to be a host parent for folks, whether that was a long time ago or recent or anything. Are there opportunities right now for anybody listening to be a host parent?
Absolutely, there are opportunities. We would love, if you're interested in being a host family, please come see Dom or I or anyone on the committee. We're always looking for host families. To be honest with you, this year, a lot of people have come forward. I'm so happy about that, but I'm still needing of families. So if it's even not this immediate, if it's next fall, whatever, just come see us and talk to us about it. So. All right, well.
One comment, my wife and I had 8 exchange students over the period of time that we were raising our children. It was a great experience, not only for us, but for our kids to have that. And my son really appreciated it because he was the oldest until the exchange students started coming, and his life got a whole lot easier when being an oldest. And we've kept in touch with 3 of our 8 exchange students. One of them now lives in Stockholm, Sweden, and she was our first. Our second one we still have stayed connected with. She was from Paris, France, and we had we've been to France 2 or 3 times. So, like you went to Chile, it's really a nice part of meeting their family and where they're from. And we kept the relationship with our French student. In a significant way. She's been back to visit us several times, and right now we have her 14-year-old son who's with us for 3.5 weeks, and he's experiencing a Michigan vacation in the Traverse City area, and I'll be back. I'm going back up to be with them after this meeting. So it's a great experience if you're at least bit interested in hosting or having children or people that you know of that are considering it. It's a great experience. So with that, thank you very much for your great presentation. And we will be giving an honorarium on your behalf for your presentation today with the shelter box. It's a joint partnership between Rotary International and Shelter Box. They work together for disaster relief in places like the Philippines and Northern Africa and other places. So I plan to show a video next week of their particular program. So I think that's going to be. I think you're going to appreciate that. So on to birthdays. Got a long list of birthdays today. We have on the July 19th, Bill Marietti and Andrea Riegler. July the 20th, Richard Hodeman and Courtney Perret. The 23rd, Eric Messing and Ryan Rozicki. And the 24th, Greg Van Workum. So Just a reminder, I forgot to mention this last week, I apologize for that, is we're asking those with birthdays, whether you're on the screen or not this week, please make a $10 birthday gift to the Caring Connection program that we have. You can either do that with the envelopes we have forward, or there's a QR code on the envelope that's available. And you're all waiting for whether or not we're going to do it 2 weeks in a row. Let's sing Happy Birthday. I'll get it started, but you can finish it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody. Now, I think when I gave my talk after I was inducted, I mentioned that we're doing a new program of spotlights this year to help us all get better acquainted with the various committees and fundraisers and special events and special projects that we're on. Our first one is going to be a spotlight by Doug Wood on our orientation program. If you would, Mike.
I'm Doug Wood. I'm here as co-chair of our orientation or onboarding team, along with Howard Hardesty and Sue Samaniego. And we are the three that greet new Rotarians to the club. The PowerPoint itself has evolved. We try to keep it fresh and keep some, the current faces and folks that are part of Rotary as, up front. But the basic tenets of Rotary haven't changed. The areas of service are the same that they probably saw when they were there. But, we've done so many more things, so many more projects, so many service projects, and so much work in each of those areas that I think they'd be impressed by how much the club has done over the years. The areas of focus have changed. In recent years, we've added sustainability and environmental sustainability and peace. And those are both things that our club is responding to. So I think they'd be impressed by how Rotary has expanded their vision of how they're going to serve the world. The thing that I would share at this point is that every one of us in the room has a potential to sponsor someone. Everyone has a chance to mentor someone. We call them navigators in our process now, and you've got a chance to take some of these new folks, the folks with those little red stars on their badge, and help them get everything they can out of being a Rotarian. Orientation is that first step. It's that first connection, and we hope that the program itself gives a connection to the people that lasts through their, not just their first 6 months or their first year, but through their life as a Rotarian.
At this time, we're going to do inductions for 2 new members, if they would come forward with their sponsors. At this time, there we go. Our first introduction will be by Lisa Kraus for Mallory Meston.
Mallory Meston was born in 2000 in Muskegon, Michigan. Her parents are Fred Meston, who is a 4th grade teacher at Churchill Elementary School, and Kristen Anderson, a speech-language pathologist at Grand Rapids Public Schools. Her grandmother, Susan Meston, as many of you already know, was a superintendent at MAISD and the retired Muskegon Rotarian. Mallory has 2 brothers, Nick and Clark Meston, and 2 stepsisters. Mallory, yes, another Mallory in the family. That's not confusing. And Amelia Vandervelde. She graduated from Mona Shores Public Schools in 2018, and she is an active member of Interact and participated in volunteer mission trips to Honduras in 2017 and 2018. She then attended Northern Michigan University. Go Cats! In Marquette, Michigan, Burr, earning a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Studies and Sustainability with a minor in International Studies in 2022. Do you think we had anything to do with that Honduras trip, put that International Studies in there? After returning to her hometown of Muskegon in 2022, Mallory worked for the West Michigan Environmental Action Council, or WEMIAC, as the Lakeshore Fellow. And in January of this year, she began working as the Business Development Manager at Energy Conservation Source, a solar company in downtown Muskegon. Fun fact, Mallory has a 5-year-old chocolate lab named Daisy. To conclude, Mallory is thrilled to officially be named a Muskegon Rotarian, and I hope you join me in being thrilled to welcome her. Thank you.
All right. I'm honored to introduce Wyatt Emery Huggett to Rotary Club. Wyatt currently serves as a gift officer at Muskegon Rescue Mission, where he plays a vital role on my team in supporting the organization's mission through fundraising and donor relations. He holds a degree from Jackson College and brings nearly a decade of diverse experience in banking, insurance, and the financial sector. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated just a wonderful ability to do relationship building and making him a valuable asset to our community. He's a native of Hillsdale County, and he now resides in GR, where, he commutes here every day, and we're trying to convince him to move to the Lakeshore. He has embraced his new community with the same passion that he has throughout his life and professional career. Wyatt is no stranger to community service. He has volunteered in local theater, shelters, kitchens, and assisted in coordinating county fairs. He is committed in giving back to the community, and his values do align perfectly with Rotary's. Driven by deep desire to engage in Muskegon community, Wyatt has decided to join Rotary, and he's eager to dive headfirst into this, and wants to meet as many locals as possible and further integrate himself into the fabric of Muskegon life. In his personal time, Wyatt enjoys photography, which, yes, we'll put it to use here. He participates in community theater and loves to dance at weddings. These hobbies are not only enrich his life, but also contribute to the community spirit and his creative expression. We are thrilled to have him with us, and we look forward to the impact we know he will have here as a Rotarian.
Mallory and Wyatt, would you come closer to the podium? Wyatt and Mallory, you have been chosen for membership in Muskegon Rotary Club as a person of good character, high ethical standards, heart for service, and ideals of Rotary. Fellowship and friendship are the first aims and rewards of Muskegon Rotary membership. You will enjoy a network of leaders and professionals who are committed to welcoming and mentoring you. We are admitting you into Muskegon Rotary Club and to the fellowship of Rotary throughout the world. Membership is an honor and privilege with its corresponding obligations. Your regular attendance will nurture your understanding and commitment to our principal motto, service above self. Every member is expected to perform his or her share of club service, community service, participation in fundraisers to support our charitable beneficiaries, and the ideal of friendship and networking. As you expect to receive, you must also give. If you accept these obligations, please say, I do.
I do.
They both agreed. Lastly, I have a challenge for you to share the gift of membership in Rotary. Invite another person with your same qualities of character to join Muskegon Rotary in the next 6 months. Do you accept this challenge by saying, I do?
I do.
I do, they said. Wyatt and Mallory, in the name of the Rotary Club of Muskegon, I hereby formally admit you to membership in this club. And I will be presenting to you, we don't have badges today, they haven't arrived yet. excuse me, it fell out. Presenting you and the pen, both of you a pen. Copies of the directories and the four-way test. Rotary members and guests, please rise and welcome the newest Rotarians in the world, Wyatt Huggett and Mallory Meston. Thank you. And now it's time for announcements. We have 3, maybe 4 people who are going to be giving announcements up here. I have announcements that I will give as you come forward. First, as we've been talking about, there will be no Rewind meetings during the month of July. The next meeting will be August the 1st. You're reminded that Microforce Mondays are every week this month, or actually summer, from 8:30 to 10:30 at the site. Harvest Fest needs volunteers to help sponsors calls. We'd really appreciate that. And Saturday, August 17th, we'll be having a joint event with Grand Rapids Rotary. Watch for signs to sign up, on invitations that are being sent out shortly. We're going to have a service project at the Boys and Girls Club and a social event at the deck. Okay, Greg, come forward.
We're working on something with the youth exchange program. I don't know if you're aware, it costs almost $5,000 that these students each need to pay out of their pocket to go on this trip for them, which is a lot of money. We put together an auction. Last time we had it, we had over 81 items contributed. We made $1,215.25 that's going toward the students. And as we go, the Rotary Youth Exchange Program needs your support. We're going to be doing another auction in September. I'm going to be coming up here in August and talk to you about it and let you know. The more money that we can get, the more it will help these incredible students do this. And thank you, Christy, for putting this on because it is a great program.
I'm here to talk about Harvest Fest, not because my dad told me to, because it's going to be a super fun event. So Harvest Fest is going to be at the Baker College Sim again. It is October 24th, and tickets are now on sale. So you can go to muskegonrotary.org and go on the calendar events tab and purchase your tickets. Tickets are $85, and they include all the processing fees. And each ticket provides entry into the event, either a signature Harvest Fest glass or, new this year, a seasonal plant provided by Berries, and as well as one free beverage ticket. So there will be a cash bar as well as delicious treats from the sim. I know if you guys were there last year or any other event, super good food. But the best part is that it's a great fundraiser for the Muskegon Rotary Foundation, so we can do all of these great charitable things to help our community.
Hello, Kathy Brubaker-Clark. On behalf of the Muskegon Area District Library, Rotary DEI, and Rotary Peace Builders, I'd like to invite you to attend a night of learning. Hope in Turbulent Times, a conversation facilitated by Sister Simone Campbell. The event will take place Wednesday, July 31st at 6 p.m. at the Norton Shores Library branch. I believe we can all relate to the fact that we are in turbulent times. Now more than ever, we need to find ways to listen to each other and work together to build community. Sister Simone, a 2022 Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, author, attorney, and religious leader, promises to fill us with hope and community spirit as she shares her insights and sparks a conversation about our collective future. At the event, Sister Simone will present the key themes from her latest book, Hunger for Hope, Prophetic Communities, Contemplation, and the Common Good, and then open the floor for a dynamic discussion. Questions such as, what fuels your hope? How can we foster unity and healing in Muskegon? Will be explored. This will be an opportunity to listen, learn, and engage in meaningful conversations that can transform our community. Sarah Rinzima Saibinga. Is Sarah here today? I thought I saw her. She was going to hand out flyers, so I don't know if, did she? Okay, on the back table. So please pick up a flyer. There's a QR code you could scan to register, and I encourage you all to attend. Thank you.
Sounds like a great program. I'm here to invite you, Nancy McCarthy, by the way, to an event which is unfortunately the same night as that, next Wednesday, the 31st. Our Business Equity Initiative Fund will be giving out a total of $50,000 to 11 women entrepreneurs, and we would invite you to come. It's going to be at the Women's Club on Webster. It starts at 5:30, so you could come there, and then you could go on to Sister Simone's talk at the library, but we'd love to see you there. As you might remember, a couple weeks ago, the Rotary Foundation gave the Business Equity Initiative Fund $5,000 to assist with mentoring activities, because we all know that running a business takes more than just money. So we thank you for that donation from Rotary, and we invite all of you to come and meet these awesome people.
And lastly, the Muskegon Rising podcast, episode number 28, is on the Muskegon Polish Festival, which will be held Labor Day weekend. Of special interest, the podcast stars our own Jason Piasecki and his mother Donna. So tune in, and I think it will be a great experience for you to watch that. At this time, Eric Seifert is going to do the raffle.
I'm going to ask one of our esteemed student visitors to hold first look at ticket for $5. That number is 307.
307. Three, 5, 4. Three, 1, 0. At this time, I ask that you please rise to recite the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And be beneficial to all concerned. One last note, our program next week is a history of the Recovery Center. So we're adjourned. Have a great week.